There's a specific kind of frustration that nobody really talks about. You leave a conversation and something felt off. Not terrible, just off. Like you were slightly less yourself than you wanted to be. You over-explained something simple. You laughed at your own joke before they did. You agreed with something you didn't actually agree with, and you're not sure why you keep doing it. Here's the part that stings. It's not your words that give insecurity away. It's your patterns. Most people think confidence is about what you say. So they prepare things to say. Better stories, smoother lines, funnier comebacks, and then the conversation happens and none of it lands the way they imagined, because the problem was never the content. It was the energy underneath the content. People don't just hear your words, they read your behavior. And certain behaviors, ones most guys don't even know they're doing, quietly signal, I'm not sure I belong here. The other person can't always name it, but they feel it, and it shapes everything. The good news is that these are habits, not personality. Habits can change. Here's what to actually fix. Mistake 1, over-explaining yourself. Someone asks what you do or why you made a decision, and you give them a 5-sentence defense before they even reacted. That impulse to justify before anyone questions you is the brain bracing for judgment. It's protective. But socially, it reads as anxious, like you don't trust that your answer alone is enough. Psychologists call this self-monitoring overdrive, when your awareness of how you're being perceived actually disrupts your natural behavior. The fix is learning to let statements land without immediately softening them. Say what you mean, then stop. A short pause after an answer communicates more confidence than a long explanation ever will. You don't owe anyone a defense for existing the way you do. Mistake 2, laughing before the joke lands. You say something and before anyone reacts, you're already smiling nervously or saying, I don't know, maybe that's just me. That's preemptive self-rejection. You're undercutting your own moment because you're scared of silence. But silence isn't rejection. Silence is just a beat, let it breathe. If what you said was funny or interesting, the reaction will come, and it'll feel real. If it doesn't land, that's fine too. Not every line needs to hit. The people who seem naturally funny aren't funnier than you. Like, they're just more comfortable with the pause. Mistake 3, agreeing with everything. And this one's subtle. Someone says something you don't fully believe, and instead of a genuine response, you give them a, yeah, totally, and mirror their energy back to them. It feels polite. It feels safe. But over time, it makes you forgettable. There's no texture to the conversation, no friction, no moment where they think, that's interesting. Psychologists know that mild, respectful disagreement actually increases attraction. It signals that you have your own perspective, you're not performing for approval. You don't need to argue. But saying, I actually see it differently, and then explaining your view is one of the most quietly confident things you can do. Mistake 4, asking too many questions in a row. Like you're trying to keep the conversation going, so you fire question after question. Where are you from? What do you study? Do you like it? It starts to feel like an interview, or worse, like you're working hard to keep them engaged, which signals that you think they might leave if you stop. The reciprocity principle tells us that conversation flows when both people are investing equally. So instead of another question, try offering something, a reaction, an opinion, a brief story that connects to what they said. Then let them respond. You're not a host managing them. You're a person talking to another person. Mistake 5, filling every silence. Silence makes most people uncomfortable, so they rush to kill it. A random comment, a nervous laugh, a completely unrelated observation. But comfortable people sit in silence without panic. Like they let the moment rest. Here's the reframe. Silence between two people who are okay with each other isn't awkward. It's actually a sign of ease. When you stop treating silence like an emergency, you stop performing. And when you stop performing, everything about you gets calmer, more grounded, more real. Mistake 6, seeking confirmation mid-sentence. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Right? These phrases seem harmless, but when they appear every few sentences, they're quietly asking, am I okay? Am I too much? Are you still with me? that constant reach for reassurance signals that you don't fully trust your own voice. The fix isn't to never check in, it's to do it when you genuinely need to, not as a reflex. Say what you mean with the assumption that it makes sense. Most of the time, it does. Here's the bigger truth underneath all of this. Insecurity in conversation isn't about what you lack. It's about trying to manage other people's perception of you in real time. And that's exhausting, for you and for them. The moment you stop managing and start just being present, something shifts. The conversation gets easier. You stop losing yourself mid-sentence. You stop replaying everything afterward. Confidence in conversation isn't a volume setting. It's not talking more or louder or smarter. It's the quiet certainty that you're allowed to take up space and that the real version of you is enough to work with. Most people are waiting to feel confident before they change their habits. But it works the other way. Change the habits first, the feeling follows. Subscribe if this helped. More every week.